What's going on, guys? This is the Review Family, and today I'm going to do a review on these filters, these air filters by Crisp Filters. And in this video, I'll tell you everything that you need to know about these air filters, including one thing that I think you should definitely know before you buy them. Okay, so first, a few things to know. These are just as affordable as anything you're going to get in the store. In terms of the price point, I think that they're very reasonable priced, especially for the quality and everything you get out of them. So I was happy while installing them in our own house here. Another thing, now everybody doesn't know a ton about air filters, but these basically have pleating on here, which essentially makes it a little bit thicker to capture all the filtration. In addition to that, I don't know how well you can see it, but there is, on the back side of this, it's basically reinforced with little wiring, like metal wiring. This is really helpful just to make sure that the air filter keeps its integrity while it's in use. This is a MERV 8 filter. There's basically the MERV scale and how much they clean. This is a MERV 8, which is, about average, a little bit above average in terms of the cleanliness of the air. And I will say from personal experience, I have really, really bad allergies. And actually so does my daughter. So ever since we started to use these, it seems like they've cleared up. And we also live in Nevada, which is kind of a dusty area. And we definitely have to change these. They recommend doing it every 3 months. We do so every 3 months. But ever since getting these, I have noticed that, coughing, sniffling, those sort of things, for me anyway, and also for my daughter, have definitely gone down, which is definitely what you look for. In terms of replacing these, it's really no big deal if you've ever replaced an air filter. I mean, there's no special things to it. The only thing is, it says right there, if you can see it, is basically a down arrow, just essentially let you know which way the airflow should be going, so you make sure that you don't, install it backwards. But basically, you just, swap it out with the current air filter that you have, and it plugs right in. There's nothing too crazy about it. One thing that I like about it, these are made in the good old U.S.A. So I just like supporting U.S. products. These are made in the U.S., and that's one thing that, as a consumer, makes me happy. And one last thing I should mention is that when these are shipped to you, they're not shipped to you like this, right? They are actually shipped in shrink wrap so that they're protected in the shipping, which I feel like is important because a lot of different particles can get in there otherwise. So it's nice that they take care of that as well. And then lastly, one really important thing to know, and something that I've experienced myself. So sometimes when these come, I've had it happen once. They're packed pretty well, but sometimes what can happen is, someone drops a box and it kind of smashes these. They have, some structural integrity, but, with enough force, I'm sure you can bend these things. I had one bent one that was sent to me, basically contacted them and say, hey, I got a bent one, and they just sent me others in replacement. It was really no problem. So just something to keep in mind, that if you do order these, that might be an issue, but contact customer service, you'll be fine.